Hello everyone, it is July 1st, 2025, and we are back with our monthly analysis video. Now we're going to be going over the monthly analysis video as usual, but this month we started our 100 days of hard mode, so we'll also be having a little addition to the end of these videos for the next couple months where I'll also be talking about the progress of our 100 days of hard mode, which I'll also be updating monthly, along with our normal analyses for the month. So that's going to also be pretty interesting to see how that is going. So yes, you'll see both at the same time. And so yes, so let's start. So I had 0 fails this month, whereas last month I also had 0 fails. I had 1 6 this month, whereas last month I had 2 6s, so that's 1 less, so 1 better. I had 2 5s this month, whereas last month I had 7. The comparisons will be a bit tricky, will be funny, because last month, as you guys may recall, we were in hard mode, so our differences were all extremely negative last month, and this time it's going to be extremely positive. So 5 less 5s. Wow. And 11 4s this month, whereas last month we had 15, so that's 4 better. We had 12 3s this month, whereas last month we had only 7, so that's 5 better. 4 2s this month, whereas last month, not shockingly, we had 0 2s, and of course 0 1s in both months. Now, for the Squirtle with the hard starting words, we're not going to be worrying about that. We're just going to be comparing it to the normal Squirtle with Slate. So this month Squirtle had 2 6s, whereas last month it had 1 6. So that's 1 more actually. Sorry. And of course 0 fails both months. I think I didn't say that, but okay. 2 5s this month, whereas last month they had 4, so that's 2 better. 12 4s this month, whereas last month it had 15. So that's 3 less. Okay, also 12 3s, so the 3s and the 4s tied. 12 3s as well, whereas last month there was only 8, so that's 4 better. 2 2s this month, whereas last month it had 3, so that's 1 less, and then of course 0 1s both months. So that's the guess distribution. I know this time I didn't put any and notations. It wasn't really necessary in my opinion. It was kind of interesting to have season lease only 4 days apart, and plaid and this at least is a bigger difference. Plaid and plain 16-day difference, but still in the same month, so just a little over 2 weeks later. Had some interesting words this month for sure, with the witty at the end. That could have easily tripped me off in hard mode. Even offer, that was our 6th guesser. Very, very nail biting solve that was. Oh my god. Okay. Now we move on to the scores. So the scores, okay, you can see the differences. Let's not go there yet. So score, okay, we have 104 for me, 110 for Squirtle, 3.47 average for me, and a 3.67 average for Squirtle, which is about a 0.2 difference. Median 3, Squirtle 4, standard deviation 0.92, thankfully below 1 at least. For Squirtle, a 0.94, also below 1, but barely. So our standard deviations were also very similar, just 0.02 difference. First quartile for both of us a 3, third quartile a 4, IQR 1. Those are usually standard. And then the mode I got a 3, and for Squirtle a 4. Well, for Squirtle it's a 3 and a 4 because its 3s and 4s both had 12. So that actually is a multi-mode for Squirtle for this month. I know for here it just, I don't know what algorithm it actually uses to determine the singular mode. I'm not sure. I think there is a way, here I can try to do that in front of you. I think there's a way to do mode multi. I'm going to see if this actually shows both modes. It does not. That's interesting. Okay, wow. Very interesting. I don't know. I wonder what the algorithm is. And it didn't even show the 4. It showed 3 that time, too. Quite interesting. Okay, now differences. I did. These differences for on my side will be very funny because, hard hard mode hard mode versus hard starting word. So okay, so difference. I did 24 better. Squirtle did 6 better. It still did better though. I did 0.66 better average wise, and Squirtle did 0.08 better. Median I did 1 better. Squirtle's just stayed the same. Standard deviation for me just 0.09 worse, so not too much worse. For Squirtle, even less worse, 0.03 worse. For Squirtle, the first third quartiles, the IQR mode, they just all just stayed the same. For me, I did worse in I did better in all of them because I had done so much worse last month with the hard starting words, which is not a surprise though. But yeah, it's funny to see all those ones. IQR is just a 0 because the first and third quartile each just went up by 1, so the IQR had just stayed the same the whole time. And that's it for the normal month analysis. And now we're going to go to the 100 days of hard mode. I'm going to actually show you guys the top. Oh, it is already at the top. So yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it colorful. So each column is going to be a different color. I'm just keeping this red just because I usually just keep those red. So yes, the 100 days of hard mode started on June 8th. It's going to end on September 15th, my birthday, wherein it's going to also be episode 1300. As you can see, we both started off the 100 days of hard mode with the 2 guesser. It was just very lucky. I got 4 2s already. I'm not going to be keeping track of how many of what we have throughout the each month. I'm just going to be doing that at the very end of the whole challenge. But what I will do each month with the 100 days of hard mode spreadsheet is I will show you the current scores so you can get an idea of how it's going. So as you can see, I have 78 and Squirtle has 86. I have a 3.39 average right now, which I did not notice until I started this recording. So there we go, 3.39. Wow, that's a good start. And for Squirtle, a 3.74. Median, just about the same for us, 3.4. Standard deviation is almost the same as June, which is not surprising because it's only 7 less days. You started on June 8th instead of the monthly analysis that starts June 1st. It's just a 1 week difference. And then these are exactly the same. So it's very similar scores except for the average and obviously the score. The score will obviously be much less because it's 7 less days. But the average has really surprised me, especially mine. It's 3.39 is really good. And I'm hoping to keep that up. Let's see. My goal for the 100 days at least be around 3.5, 3.55 or less. That's what my goal usually is. Yeah, that's probably around my typical goal for each month. Well, maybe not as low as that. Maybe I would hope for a 3.6 or something below at least that. So yeah, there you go. That is the analysis video for June. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please put those below. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye bye.